Hello guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 sunscreens and sunblocks in my opinion. But before we get started, let's talk about what the difference is between sunblock and sunscreen. So sunblock acts like a shield and it basically reflects the sun rays from hitting your skin. So it basically just reflects the sun rays and it bounces off your skin. Where sunscreen acts like like a sponge and basically absorbs the sun rays. So let's get started with my top 10 sunscreen and sunblock review. Alright, so at number 10 we have the Coppertone Water Babies sunscreen lotion spray. This stuff is pretty good if you're on a tight budget. I mean, you get it for like $7, roughly at the most, maybe $8.50 or so. It's not really too bad when it comes to price. It has a good protection, SP50. It's waterproof. It doesn't irritate the skin. The only thing bad about the sprays that I don't like is that you don't know really like how much do you have inside. It's hard to tell how much you have. And then also it's easy, if you take it to the beach, it's easy for sand to get in here, and it's really hard for the spray to come out. So it clogs really easily. It says on the bottle that it sprays on any like angle, but I don't. That's not true. I mean, it says it's I don't know. It has issues with the spray, so it doesn't really like. This is only good angle that it sprays at. But if you hold it upside down, try to spray it, it doesn't really spray. So I would say if you're on a tight budget and you will just want protection, I would say to get this one just because it doesn't irritate the skin. It has a good SPF. It's waterproof, and it does spray easily when it works. You know, when you don't get anything inside here to clog it up. It does spray pretty good. But I don't know. Just sometimes like I don't really feel too protected with the sprays just because you spray it, and if it's like if it's like a really windy day, then you might not get much protection. So with the sprays, I always tell people to like just spray it and then just like rub it in as much as you can and then keep spraying it every 2-3 hours. But yeah, if you're on a tight budget, this one's pretty good, like I said, because it's a good price and it does protect you and has broad spectrum, has UVA, UVB protection. So I would recommend this one. So this is my number 10. Alright, so this is number 9 on my list. This is a Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunblock. This is an old bottle. They don't make SP70 anymore. I think right now it's only SP50 plus. So that's the highest that it goes. The good thing about this one is that it's non-greasy. It goes on pretty good. It absorbs fast. It's waterproof. And it doesn't really smell like anything, it smells pretty fresh, it doesn't smell like anything weird or anything like that. The only bad thing about this one are the ingredients. It does have quite a bit of ingredients that I can't even pronounce. Yeah, I don't know. So just as water, fragrance, beeswax, polycur, yeah, I don't know. It just has a bunch of ingredients, chemicals and stuff that I can't even pronounce. So I would say if you don't care if you don't care or you don't mind putting a bunch of chemicals on your skin, and you just want a sunscreen that's going to do its job, I would recommend this one. Alright, so this is the next one on my list. This is a Nature's Gate Aqua Broad Spectrum. This is a really good one, and I really highly recommend it. Like if you're going to be swimming a lot or going inside the ocean, the water, swimming around, this is really good. Like it lasts a really long time in the water, which is really good. It's fragrance free. It's really easy to apply, and it doesn't have a strong smell like other sports sunscreens. So this one's really good. The bad thing about this one is that it has a small bottle. I mean, I wish it was bigger. It is pretty small. Another thing is that it does have some toxic chemicals. It's not completely organic or mineral. It does have some toxic chemicals. And also another thing that I found, this one's really good for the body, but it's not too good for the face. For me, like I put it like on my cheeks, and I just felt like the vapors go up my eyes, and it just irritated my eyes really bad. So, like I said, this is really good for the body, but not for the face. All right, so moving on. This is the next one on my list. This is the Elemental Herbs Sunscreen Sports. This one's a really good one because it's non-greasy. It goes on clear. It's good for the face and body. It has a moisturizer. So it does, it does really moisturize your skin really well. It does have lots of organic ingredients. It's not 100% organic, but it does have some organic ingredients, which is good. Now the bad thing about this one is that this one it does smell kind of bad. I'm not really a big fan of like the smell, and it does go on like really white. So if you don't want to be, looking like a vampire, I would not recommend this one. Another thing I don't like about this one is that the SPF is only 33. I wish it was higher, But other than that, overall I think it does its job, So moving on to the next one. This was Alba Botanica Hawaiian's sunscreen. This one's really good. Because it has 100% vegetarian ingredients, it has green tea with antioxidants. It's really easy to rub on. It also smells fresh, so it's kind of hard to describe the smell. It's just very like, I don't know, it smells like the ocean, like a salty, and it's just, I don't know, it smells really fresh, like I don't know how to explain it, but it does smell like very fresh, which is really good. It has a really good SPF. It has SPF of 45, and it's not greasy or thick. Now, the downside to this one is that, it is pretty pricey. I think it's like around 10 something, 10 or 12, I think, around there. And the bottle is pretty small. And also I found like the water resistant on this one is pretty bad. Also, it does say that, it's vegetarian ingredients, but it does have like fragrance and other chemicals that I couldn't really pronounce, so not everything is like 100%, And another thing I would say, this one does its job, it's pretty, so this is like the list of ingredients, some, I don't know if you could see it, but some of these are easy to pronounce, like water, leaf juice, olive oil, but then you do, and it does have some organic ones, but not everything here is organic. But overall, I think it's a decent sunscreen. It's not like the best, but it's pretty good. It's one of the better ones, and I would recommend this one. All right, so this is the next one on my list. This is the Davita Natural Skincare Solar Protective Moisturizer. This is kind of hard to see, but I'll show you. Just let me get it out of the box. So this is pretty much what it looks like. It has a SPF 30 plus. It's a really good moisturizer for your skin. The thing I like about this one, it has a high sun protection. It's very low when it comes to like the toxic chemicals and stuff. It's pretty natural and organic. It has very few ingredients that are might be dangerous for your body. I mean, they're pretty easy to pronounce. Water, coconut oil, zinc oxide, vitamin E. So it doesn't have that many toxic chemicals, if any. Another thing I like about this one is that it has a very good moisturizer for your skin. You could actually feel your skin, if it's really dry and you put this on, it's really good for your skin. You do feel it more moisturized, which is really good. The bad thing about this one is the smell. It does, you do need to get used to it. I'm not a big fan of the smell. And another thing that I don't like is that it's really hard. Like once you put it on, it's really hard. Like if you rub it a lot, it does get all flaky, and it could, irritate your skin easily. So with this one, you just have to like put it on and then like not rub it in too much, Otherwise, it starts getting flaky, like I said, and it does irritate your skin. But overall, I mean, this is a great product that I recommend. On the another bad thing about this one, it is pretty pricey. I think it's like 20 bucks or 18 something, and then with tax it's like almost 20 bucks. So it is pretty pricey, but I mean, if you want something that's gonna be moisturizing your skin, this one's pretty good. The next one we're going to be talking about is a Mineral Fusion Sunscreen Moisturizer. This is one of the best moisturizers for your skin. You do feel the difference. The difference between this one and this one is that the Mineral Fusion has very fresh smell. So it moisturizes your skin, and the smell doesn't smell bad. It smells pretty good. It smells clean. It's good for your face. And another good thing about this one is that it does have lots of antioxidants, which are good for you, and it does firm your skin as well. So if you're worried about wrinkles and stuff, it does firm your skin, which is really good. It's also like a broad spectrum sunscreen, and it's one of the best ones. The SPF, on this one is pretty good too. This one's 40, which is good. And like I said, the smell is pretty good. The bad thing about this one, basically what I've noticed with all the sunscreens that are organic, or that they're natural, or that they're mineral based, that they're expensive. This one's about close to 20 bucks. But it does last a long time because you don't really need to put too much. A little goes a long way. Another thing is that I noticed with this one, this one's probably better for your face than it is your body. So I would just get this one just for the face, and then get a different one, another sunscreen for the body. Another thing I don't like this one too much. The other thing I didn't like about this one is that it's not too water resistant. If you do go in the water, it does start rubbing off. Or if you start sweating a lot. But I think for everyday use, if you're not going to do anything, if you're not going to be working out or running around, playing any sports, this one's pretty good. Alright, moving on to the next one. This is the Derma E Antioxidant Natural Sunscreen with clear zinc oxide. This one's really good. It goes on clear. It's chemical free. It has lots of antioxidants. It has lots of vitamin C and green tea. It's oil free, and it's also very lightweight. And with this one, like with this one right here, so both of these, you don't really need that much. I mean, a small amount goes a long way. And just like the last two that I spoke about, I mean, it is pretty pricey. This one's also close to 20, if not a little more. Another thing I didn't like about this one is that it's not water resistant as well. But it is pretty good for everyday use. And if you don't want to be worrying about toxic chemicals, I would totally get this one. So moving on, this is my second favorite sunscreen that I like wearing. This is the Goddess Garden Organics. What I like about this one is that it's 92% organic. It's very effective against the sun rays. It smells great. It's not greasy at all. I mean, it goes on pretty good, and it's almost dry, but it's really good. I like that it's not greasy. It doesn't have any toxic chemicals. The only thing, I mean, I don't know if it's bad or not, but I mean, it is pretty expensive. But you don't need to put on a whole bunch. A little does go a long way. I really wish this one was a lot larger. I wish it was at least right here. I wish the bottle was this big at least. But I guess, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's just how it is. And it does go on really white. So if you don't like looking like a vampire, I suggest you don't get this one. You do have to rub it in a lot. Keep rubbing it in. But other than that, I mean, overall, this is pretty good sunscreen that I like wearing. Now moving on. Now this one's the #1 sunscreen that I like wearing. This is the best one ever that I found. I like the fact that there's only like a few ingredients. There's only like maybe 7 or 8 ingredients total. As you can see here, there's only like, just a few, maybe 7 or 8 ingredients total. This one's 98% organic. Like I mentioned, it has only less than 8 ingredients. It has 80 minutes it's 80 minutes water resistant, UVA, UVB. It's also biodegradable, which is good. And it's 100% certified. It has ingredients. Another thing that I liked about this one is that it's non-toxic. It's great for the beach. So if you want to go to the beach, if you put this one on, I guarantee that you won't get sunburned. Of course, you have to reapply, but this one's really good. It's unscented. I mean, they have other ones that have, I think, lavender, but this one's unscented. So I usually get the unscented sports. This one is a great sunscreen. Sorry about that. Considering it's organic, it does a great job. When actually like $15 is not really that bad. Compared to the other organic ones that I mentioned before, the other ones are more expensive, close to 20. This one's like 15, which is not that bad. The only thing bad about this one, there's only a few things. It goes on like really thick, so it's like you're putting on like oatmeal. It's really thick, and it's really hard to like remove. You do have to like take a shower and like get the sponge and just like rub it off your face. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty good. And another thing that a lot of people might not like is that it's pretty white. I mean, you do look like a ghost or like a vampire when you put this one on, But I mean, that's what the sunscreen is for, Like, at least this way, if you do put it on and it makes your skin really white, I mean, at least you know that that you're being protected, from the UV rays, So which is pretty good. But overall, this is like one of the best ones. The size even, compared to, I'll show you. Compared to this one, it's only slightly larger than the other one. But this one is just my favorite all around because it's water resistant. The SPF, is 35. I mean, I wish it was like 40. But I mean, it's pretty decent. It's unscented, so it doesn't really smell like anything. It's a great one. So this is probably like the best sunscreen that I've ever had. Organic, only 7 ingredients. So all around, this one's one of the best ones. This is like my favorite one that I like wearing, and I highly, highly recommend this one. This one you get it at Sprouts, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, I believe. It's one of the best ones. So here I'm just putting on some sunscreen, and then just rubbing it in. Make sure I don't miss a spot. And a little bit more. I'm going to put some more sunscreen. You can never have enough sunscreen. There we go. That looks good.